G Money.
What's up, man?
I've been using this beard wash.
Oh yeah?
Maestro's classic beard wash.
Talk about it.
I walked in, got it, CVS, Target, you know what I mean? And the good people at Maestro's been taking care of me. You know, they got this beard butter, the beard restoration. Is it restoration? Is that the right word?
I don't know. But that's the same beard that if you put your name in, you get 10% off?
Yeah, 10% off at maestrosclassic.com. Maestros with an S. Why don't you use the product yet, G?
I have. Look, you see my beard growing, man.
Get yours today at maestrosclassic.com or walk in Target or CVS and get yours now. And you get 10% off if you put the Queenzflip code on the website. I'm from Queens.
Get back to it.
Hey.
You feel me?
G Money, what's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
Oh, man.
What's up, Lil Lord?
Yeah, what's going on?
What up, though? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
How's the family?
Man. Don't touch me, man.
How's the wife?
That's my line. That's my, how you doing,
I know,
man?
exactly. Yeah.
What?
Too late. You waiting too long, man. I got you. How the wife? You good? How the kids? They all right?
How you doing, man?
You're like answering no questions. The same thing happened when we did the IG callers, right? Everybody went around and said they could, whatever confessions, whatever we did, and you curved it, man.
I mean, you know, I think answering question. I think with me is very personal.
Likewise.
Well, no. You're a DJ. You're very.
I curved it too, though. I curved the questions.
No, you be out there. You be dancing and shit.
I don't know.
You got TMS out there getting pum thrown on them.
TMS drug.
You know what I'm saying? And
that was the first time partying, and that's out of Queens.
Yeah. He not from the hood, man.
You know, I had to bring him to South Side one time. Let them know.
But everything. Spacio's, how you doing, Spacio's? Before we get to our guest, man, please just sit there, be quiet. We introduce you properly. All right. I said good. You a smooth guy. How you doing, Space Ghost? You good? Wild out the other day, slammed the phone. Is the phone
Word?
Good? Yeah. You wild out the other day. We don't have to get into details, but you went crazy.
You got Tourette's now, Space?
Nah, you just went crazy on the phone, disrespecting some people. You good?
I'm good.
You in a better space?
Good job, Space. Yeah, let's go.
Diamond Fireworks. What is that?
What is it?
Diamond Fireworks.
Diamond Skateboard Company?
No, it says fireworks. Man.
Yeah, but it's from the Diamond Skateboard Company.
Word? You skateboard?
No. I wish.
Oh, my God.
G Money.
Yo.
I'm happy to see you, man. You got a party today. You came in acting like you skipping parties. Nobody got no
I got
time.
2 parties today, actually.
Oh.
Working, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah?
What's up? What you got?
I just want to, since we all
You got paid today?
cha-chinging.
What's up, man?
Hold on, let me just get in my pocket. Palm me.
Talk nice.
You know, we also
Oh!
we also we not all. I don't know how much you Hey! I paid you that. Yo, why you keep saying that? I didn't pay you that. I bought you food and all that, boy. Why you doing that, boy?
Oh, yeah.
You a snake, man. What's up? Oh, hold on.
God.
We took care of that today?
Yeah.
Okay. The guy was happy?
Okay.
Oh, you just.
I wired it. They let me wire it now.
Oh, word?
Yeah, so I don't have to.
Good job.
Take care of my guy, all right? Don't play around like this, man.
What you mean?
Make sure my guy's good, you know what
You
I'm saying?
mean pay him?
No, just make sure he good, whatever he need, man.
Fuck you and that nigga. Nigga, what you Man, this nigga be in here, nigga. You be partying, nigga.
So
USA.
what? I broke him in here, though. I brought you the road, I'll take you out.
No. I need that nigga, son. Hold on, so real quick before we get to our guest.
Yeah.
You are going to, the ticket is bought for July? San Diego. I'm getting my ticket. TMS.
Or?
Yeah, we're coming out there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I was trying to leave the back here, Space. I don't want them to come out there with us, man. You coming for real?
What?
Nah, he cool.
I'm cool?
Yeah, you all right. You serious, though?
Yeah. TMS and myself. And
That's how this shit ain't.
Yeah. Of course, you got nervous when you heard I'm coming out there now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mess nothing up, man.
Yo, last time you kids a party with me, man, we got some trouble, bro.
Why everybody act like that? Even I'm talking like, damn, I'm not that bad.
We got history.
G Money.
Yo.
Episode motherfucking 69.
Nigga, we made it.
Is it 69?
Hey,
Good, yeah. We got a special guest today. Now, I really don't. You know, I heard, people heard about you.
Mm-hmm.
And I met you. You reached out to me.
Yep.
From what I know is that you've been with, is it MS Communication?
It is.
For how many years?
I started at MS Communications 1997, so this will be 21 this month. This month on the 11th.
And you worked with different people. You've seen people in and out of that building.
I have, yes.
And who? Just real quick, I just want to ask before who's your favorite person to work with?
That's a difficult one. I mean, of course, clearly, I'm with the team is Funk Flex. So that's the team. That's how
He's been there since you first started.
Yeah, he built the station.
Let me get that.
No, he built the station. He converted it from a dance station to hip hop. If it wasn't for him, there'd be no Hot 97.
Really?
Tat Wza in the building.
What's up, man? How you doing, Tat? How you doing? How you good?
Yes, sir.
So first of all, that was real cocky. I don't like that.
Okay.
I mean, Flex is cool, but don't give him too much credit.
I mean, I'm giving him the credit he deserves.
Funkmaster Flex night. Who said that? Letterman?
David Letterman, yes.
Oh, now you want to be all proper? Okay. No. Ojo said so. Tell us, can you before I'm gonna let G is a DJ and he's into hip hop. I'm just a nigga from the streets. But before we go into that, I definitely want to know why you say Flex changed it from a dance station.
Well, all right. So Flex.
Don't cut me off. Why you changed it from a dance station to Hot 97? Yeah, I'm fucking with you.
I'm fucking with you.
I know how you do.
I'm just playing.
Again.
It's all good. Don't touch me. Listen.
Oh, let's go.
All right, no, seriously. He got a job at Hot 97 when it was a dance station.
But it was still Hot 97.
It was Hot 107, I believe. And there was BLS and there was Kiss, and they were reigning supreme on the radio for hip hop. But no one, either one of those stations played hip hop all the time. It was, you had to wait till Friday and Saturday, get your tape decks ready, record it so you could have it throughout the week. And you would only hear hip hop for like 2 to 3 hours a week on the radio stations.
Okay.
So we, as kids coming up, fiended for that every week, right? And then in 1994, it converted into a hip hop station, and Flex had a job when it was a dance station. So he would get a little bit of time every week, and as his popularity grew, the company saw that hip hop was growing. They decided with Flex that they were going to convert it to a full-time hip-hop station. And he helped put all the pieces in place to make it to what it is, even to this day.
Really?
Yes.
So who else was playing on the station with Flex? Was it just?
It was just him. It was like all these, I don't even know the names because I didn't listen to it back then. But there was these big radio jocks that were into dance and freestyle, which is the type of a genre of music. That would play all the time. And then when it switched, Flex was the one that helped get the jock. I don't even remember who the original DJs were that he helped get hired.
But who? Okay, didn't Flex say he worked on the DJs like Red Alert or?
Yes,
Red Alert got him on the radio, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Red Alert was with Kiss.
He came up under Chuck Chillout.
Who?
Funk.
Okay.
Funk Flex. He came up under Chuck Chillout, but Red Alert was the one that kind of gave him his first big opportunity because Red was on Kiss, I believe, and he went out of town and he allowed Flex to fill in for him, and people heard him and started liking him and was like, yo, who is that? So he could fill in for me and blah, blah, blah. And he was doing that all the time, and before he got the job at Hot, and then he got the job at Hot and then just stuck there.
So he's a big guy up there.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll do anything to keep him?
It feels likely, yes. Feels likely.
But they ain't keep my man Mr. C. Let's be respectful. I ain't gonna get crazy. Cause Tat, I don't want to put Tat in any positions that
Shout out Mr. C one time.
Mr. C is a dear friend of mine. A very, very good friend.
And
of
he's a
mine.
very talented DJ.
Beyond talented.
Very talented. And this is, I'm just saying, and I'm asking you this not as a disrespect or anything, and not to get into his personal business, because let's get that off the table.
Okay.
But why was the decision made to let him go? Was it that what happened? Was it the?
I think he left, right? He decided to.
I believe he left. Yes.
So that was a decision he made on his own.
Yes.
He didn't want to put
and I don't know the meaning or reason behind it.
Okay.
Even though we're very good friends, I did not ever ask him that because that's his decision and it wasn't going to have an impact on our friendship.
I understand.
I think I heard him mention something like he didn't want to put the station through any more issues or whatever the case is, because like it was like two situations that happened, so he didn't want to keep
got it
to the station, so he just removed himself from, I think that's.
Cause he's
what I heard.
nigga, I ain't gonna lie, nigga. That shit at noon was fire.
Yo,
Nigga.
he's
What?
Yeah.
He's in my top 5, bro.
No one's ever been able to recreate it.
Yeah, he's in my top 5.
And only person that's able to do what he's done, which he did it before him at that time period, was Red Alert.
So Red Alert can.
Red Alert, we all look at him as like, one of the fathers of DJing in the hip hop genre. Did what he did. He first started the it wasn't the throwback, it was I forget the name of it, but it was the noon mix. And C called it the throwback at noon because throwbacks was a big thing when he started doing it. Getting your throwback and wearing them. Jay-Z was wearing them and all of that.
I remember.
But yeah, Red was the only one to match the level of energy that C brought to it.
And it was never duplicated after he left.
Nah, I think it's actually they don't even do it anymore.
Nah. Big Ben was on for a minute.
Right.
I like him.
Yeah, Ben is very talented.
I like him. I like his the way he played. I already told you that. I think he's the way he plays. So, minus all that, tell us about Tat. Tell us who you are.
Well, my name is TatWza. You introduced me, so you know that.
AKA. You had a few AKAs before the show, man.
I don't know. AKA the Wiz, AKA Whizzer, AKA Tat.
Where does
AKA
Ted Whizzer
Think
come
All
from?
Thoughts.
But it's
It's a very long story. So my real name is Frank. That's as far as the government will go. And they used to call me Frank White in the hood, Bed-Stuy.
okay.
And then some friends of mine, once we saw Menace to Society, there was a scene in Menace to Society that Samuel L. Jackson kills a guy and goes, tat, tat. And then his friend goes, tat, tat, tat. What the fuck, man? Right? So then his name was Tat in the movie. And then so we would repeat that to each other for certain instances in the streets back then.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, it stuck with me.
Okay.
Everybody else stopped calling each other that, but it stuck with me. Right? And so I let that rock. And then so Tat was my nickname.
Okay.
It was other things that had before that, like Big Frank or whatever, but and Frank White, but it was Tat. And so I was like, all right, I'm running with that. But it was Tat White. And then one day, Mr. C, once I started Hot 97, because of his association with Big, and Big called himself Frank Whizzer for Frank White, knowing my real name and knowing that they call me that, put that together, Tat Wza. I was like, yo, I like that. And I rocked with that ever since.
Okay. Now, tell us, you're from Brooklyn.
Bed-Stuy.
Born and raised?
Born in Brooklyn, raised in different parts of Brooklyn throughout my life, lived in the South for a little while, but have been in Bed-Stuy the longest.
What was it like growing up?
Brooklyn?
In general, yeah.
I mean, the 80s.
What kind of kid were you growing up? I know behind the scenes you mentioned that you was interested in, some comics and things
so
like that.
I probably just naturally was a nerd, but in the 80s, you couldn't be a nerd in the street, and you couldn't go outside without being in the street. So I couldn't really, I'd have those conversations with my closest friends, like, yo, you saw that new comic or you saw it. But that was just what we would do. They wouldn't know how much I was really into it or that I watched He-Man and G.I. Joe and Transformers and all that nerdy geek shit and all of that. But yeah, like, everybody else, like you adapt to the street the way you need to.
Okay.
I was light-skinned, and at the time, light skin was the popular thing. And because of that, I would get a lot of hate from people that weren't light skinned.
Okay.
And there was a hairstyle that was very big called Jerry curl.
Okay.
Man.
And I
show us a picture, please.
Well, I didn't have a Jerry curl,
Okay.
but I was one of those kids that if I went to the bathroom and put water on my head, it looked like I had a Jerry curl.
Gotcha.
It'd just get all curly. And motherfuckers hated me for that because they were like, you don't have to wear this slimy shit in your head. All you got to do is put water on it. Fuck you. And that's where I learned how to fight.
So, what is your background, ethnic background?
My mother's white, my father's black.
Okay.
But I always lived in the hood.
Okay. And did you live with both parents? Or?
Well, no. I lived with my mom.
She lived in Brooklyn, a white lady?
Yes. Wherever we lived in the hood. And yeah, I caught shit from my mom being white in the hood.
Or?
Of course. But I was always around my dad's family though. My grandmother, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins.
So both parents were from Brooklyn?
My dad is from Brooklyn. My mom is from Indiana.
What?
Yeah, she came to New York and fell in love with some dumbass nigga and had a kid.
Man.
Why you gotta say that, man?
I mean, I'm keeping it 1,000.
Why you gotta be all that? Did you know your father?
I do know him, yes.
You know him.
Yes, but he was not there growing up.
So how did you end up rekindling that situation?
I was always around my family. So, all right.
Real quick, I'm sorry, not to get too personal.
No, all
did
good.
that affect you as a kid? Him not being around?
I think it would, yeah, of course. It would affect anybody as a kid. Like, you know, every household where they don't grow up with a father, no matter what color you are, you're going to be affected by not growing up with a father.
Okay.
I probably didn't see that, though, until I became a father. Yeah.
You think if he was around, you would have made better decisions in certain things you did?
Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but you always, as a kid, you always knew where he was or was aware or...
Mostly. There was a time he disappeared because he was homeless for a little while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you guys like really sit down and talk?
Well, all right, he came once when I was 12. And then when I went in high school, he got his shit together and he went to college. Right, so I gotta respect him for that, of course. I do have love for my father. I don't want to put it out there like I don't have love for my dad. It's just I wasn't saying it like some dumbass nigga like fuck my dad. I was saying it like his white chick came to New York and fell in love with some dumbass nigga, blah blah blah. But regardless, whatever, right? He went to college as I went to high school. So as I was graduating high school, he was graduating college. But because he went to school late in life and got his shit together, now he really focused. So he graduated magna cum laude, which is like top of the tier, right? So they loved him at the school, and he was in this program called HEOP, Higher Education Opportunity Program. And they wanted me in that program. So he actually got me to go to college because there was no way I was going to college before that. My grades was fucked up. I was in the streets. I was selling drugs, all this other shit. And so I wasn't even thinking about that type of lifestyle. I was thinking about getting a bullshit job just so I can cover up the drug dealing type shit. So he got me into school. So I do have respect for that, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And okay, and
although I do still have $60,000 worth of debt because of that, but that's a different story.
Still?
Yeah.
Nah,
definitely.
Is it interest?
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely interest.
You say that you were selling drugs back in the days. At what age?
Probably started around 14, 15 here and there. I was never like a kingpin or anything like that. You know, I was surviving. Probably toward the end of high school, I got a little bit, because I thought I was gearing up toward that lifestyle, a little bit, you know, deeper in pocket.
Do you have any siblings?
No.
Okay, so you were the only child.
Yes.
So you had to like, what you felt like. Was it hard for your mom growing up? Did you guys have it difficult growing up in Brooklyn?
I mean, yeah, I feel like, you know, every in that era, almost every household in the hood was difficult growing up. There were very few households that had both parents and both had jobs, making money, having a stable lifestyle. At least everybody that I knew. So, which was a lot of people. So, I mean, like, yeah, everybody had difficult times growing up. This was when you were on welfare, you literally got a block of cheese, you got powdered milk, what's the other shit? In the no frills boxes. Like, you literally went down to the office and got food from welfare along with your food stamps type shit.
A box of cheese, like how big?
No, like when I say a brick. You never seen a welfare block of cheese?
You gotta cut it with a knife.
Oh, you had the good life.
Nah, not really. Not when I was younger. Living in Brooklyn, I didn't really. Not really, man. I lived Halsey.
Okay, in the Star.
Yeah, I lived in the Star when I was just. I didn't know that was the Star, but yeah, I lived over there. Nah, not really. You know, I used to eat mayonnaise sandwiches for school all day, and that's why I hate mayonnaise now. Nigga, I had it hard. But you know, I didn't really appreciate it as a kid. I didn't appreciate it, meaning I used to get mad because of my mom, but she was going to school and working, and she had my family take care of me, so I didn't understand at that age. But now I got older, I understand what she was doing because of my living conditions and because of how she living and what she was doing was setting the plateau for us. You know,
Right.
growing up, I really don't talk about that, but you know, that's what it is.
Yeah, facts.
Listen,
Respect the
Jose, yeah.
moms.
So shout out to that, but yeah, enough about me. Fuck all that shit. So so you graduate from high school, you go to college.
Mm-hmm. I did.
Did you graduate from college?
I did.
Really?
Yes.
2 years or 4 years?
5.
5 years.
5.
What college did you go to?
Long Island University, downtown Brooklyn.
LIU.
LIU. Bachelor's in Media Arts.
Okay.
Yep. That's where I first started getting into radio.
So what made you want to get into radio?
Nothing. I literally was like, I went to school for film. That's really what my major core is. I am a director. I've directed, but at the time I wanted to be a director, right? And so that's what most of my classes were. And I was just hanging out with some friends, and one of them was a DJ, and he was like, yo, come with me to the school radio station. I was like, we got a radio station? He was like, yeah. So went and then checked it out, and I was like, yo, this is kind of cool. And then, like, I had small interactions of being a DJ. In high school, there was a DJ that was popular that I would hang out with, and then he was like, yo, let me teach you how to cut. So I would learn some stuff here and there, but never really had the incentive to want to be a DJ. And then once in college and went to the radio station and started hanging out there and was like, yo, this is kind of tough. Took it a little bit more serious, and I did try to become a DJ for a second. And then as that happened, things got into a place where I became the radio station's program director.
In LIU?
In LIU. And I really liked that because it was a position of power and people had to do what I said.
And what the fuck is a program director? What does that mean?
Like they
He
call the shots.
controls how and what happens on air. The only person generally over a program director at a radio station is the general manager, which he runs everything. The operation, the money, the sales, the on-air, everything.
So Ebro was program director of Hot 97 at the
He
time.
was, yes.
So now when you're a program director, meaning that he can decide what songs go on, like that, is that
Yes,
the job?
pretty much.
Oh,
Yes.
That's why people were mad at him at certain things, because they knew
Yes.
that. Got it. Okay, we get into that a little later.
Mhm.
So you were a program director at LIU.
Correct.
Bring us next. What's it?
So then I had a radio show and I was program director. I had a little issue at school. Again, I'm from the street, so you know we figure things out sometimes. And
I don't know what that means.
all right, so I was an RA, which is resident assistant, which is the person in control of a floor in the dorm, running everybody. The only reason I became an RA because it helped take off money from my bill and all of that. But I was fucking up, smoking weed all the time in my room, not doing shit a certain way, So I had a little reputation, right? One of the things with people at the school, whether you're in the dorm or even not in the dorm, is you can get on a meal program so you can eat the school lunch or whatever the case is. I didn't start it, but I came across a situation where the guy running the meal program was taking some bread for extra money on your card. And I was like, oh, so this $250 will get me $1,500 on my school lunch card?
Oh, nah. That's good.
Yeah, I bet. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
But because, all right, and then, let me not cut something out, the operation, got popped, right? The deans found out, everybody, oh, what the fuck, Fingers started getting pointed, but nobody on where it was happening at pointed their finger at me. One of the deans said, oh, this kid is an RA, has a reputation. Oh, and the dean is a female, Dean Walker. Fuck you, Dean Walker. But anyway, didn't like my dad from the door, right? I didn't know that, though. I didn't find that out until later. So she was like, him. He did it. He had access to the room. He was an RA. It was him. I was like, first of all, I did not have a key to the room that you're suggesting. Second of all, at the time, you would have had to been a computer hacker. And at the time, that was like a really big thing. Like, it's not like now where everybody and their mom claims to be hacker or whatever the case is. Like, it was like you had to be like a super tech nerd, and at the time I wasn't tech nerdy yet. Even though it was within me, I wasn't doing that type of stuff. And I was like, what the fuck is you talking about? So long story short, they ended up blaming me for a bunch of shit, and they put some money on my bill behind it, and they kicked me off the radio station as program director, and they kicked me out of the dorm.
But you can still go to the school.
Yeah, I still was able to go to the school.
So you had to stay home.
Or I had to go find, because I didn't have any family living in Brooklyn at the time, because my mom moved to Albany to get her master's. Her and my dad tried to get back together at the time. And all my other cousins moved out of Brooklyn and were in Queens. And I wasn't trying to do that type of commute, so I just went and got an apartment in Bed-Stuy.
How you was getting paid?
Hmm?
How were you getting paid?
Part-time jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That's bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. But
All right, it is bullshit. And I'll tell you a story. I ran for president in LIU, right? Student president, right? And so I was cool with everybody, right? I had the jocks giving me votes and promoting for me and all that. But there was this one guy that was like a poli-sci major, political science, and he really took it serious, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was student president before me. And once you are student president, you can't be student president again. But he really fucked with it. So he found somebody that he backed, that he wanted to run for student president. And because he was really into political science, he used all his tricks in the book, did some research on me, and was the guy, my opponent was putting it out there that I was selling drugs on campus.
Damn.
And I'm not going to say he was lying. So I was like, all right, well, fuck you, or whatever the case is, and just kept it moving. But because
you lost?
I did lose. But he went hard. He was promising people money for votes. He was promising campaign promises. But it wasn't the guy I ran against. It was the guy that really had a passion for politics, that was behind him, that was guiding him.
What is the what's the word? What is the ups for being student president? What's the one I'm looking for?
What is the reward? What is the
Perks,
reason?
reward,
Why would I even want to do that?
Exactly.
I was trying to live a school life, being that it was new to me.
Did your father go to LIU as well?
He did.
Okay, that's
I just told you that story.
You
But
did
it's cool.
tell me that story.
It's cool.
No.
We're together. We're here.
No, because you said the lady,
Right.
the dean, didn't like you because of your father.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct. I also
You
said he
your
went to
father
school,
got you into-
graduated magna cum laude, and because he
Yeah,
did
but
so
hold
well,
on.
they wanted
Magna
me to
cum laude
come.
didn't mean that he graduated from LIU. Boom. And on top of
Okay.
that, you
All
said
right.
he got you
All
into
right.
college.
Yes.
And he's the reason you got $60,000 debt.
Well, I did say school is the reason.
Same
that I
shit.
had the $60,000
Same shit, but you
debt.
said because of him.
Okay. All right.
You didn't say LIU.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Guys.
Okay.
Come on, I'm paying attention. Don't do that to me.
No.
cover up. That's good.
We're
Yeah.
together here.
I hope so. Let's go. I'm listening.
So I'm sorry. Tell me
the
where I was
reward-
at.
What was the reward? What's the reward?
Well,
for
I
being
was just
student president?
trying to do something different, and because I felt like I could win, and I honestly would had, but dude gave a fuck about the campaign, and I was just doing it because I thought I was popular enough to do it.
What were your campaign like?
Like, or my promises,
Yeah.
or my what was I running on? Better lunch, bullshit. Better,
So you were lying.
No, I was really gonna try and do things. for
How would you
people.
guys got better lunch?
You sit down with management and figure out, why they're serving what they're serving and how we can do something better. And if we couldn't, there'd be a transparency of why we couldn't, because they would never tell us what the fuck they were serving, like real, like
Schoolies.
like school lunch from fucking school. Like, what the fuck is this? This is a college,
I agree.
But or if they were serving good shit, it was overpriced. I'm like, why is shit overpriced when we're here fucking paying $400 for a book? So I was really trying to help and do some things.
So you lost,
Definitely.
but you graduated
Yes.
after 5 years.
Yes.
All right. Where do you go next?
So in my fourth year, I lost in my third year, right? In my fourth year, I was kind of like, all right, this is starting. It's time to graduate, but I'm still at least a year out. So I started losing favor for it, and I was like, I got to work and get some money going as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a job at the Garden, and then Madison Garden, and that was paying well. And then the spring of '97, a friend of mine named Pigeon, shout out to Pigeon, got a job at Hot 97 and was like, yo, I think they're hiring. Does anybody got resumes? And because I was in college, I did have a resume, and not a lot of dudes did. I was like, yo, you think you give me an interview? He's like, yeah, I'm going to try. So he got me the interview. And they were like, yo, this is just for the summer. I said, whatever, please let me, because Hot 97 at the time ruled the world, literally. Like, there was nothing bigger than Hot 97. BET, MTV, nothing was bigger than Hot 97 in 1997, right? So I was like, yeah, please.
That's gonna put your hands with my eyes because he came
all
out.
of that, So it was like, yo, please. And they were like, okay, we like what you're talking about. We like your style. You've gone to school. You're not just knucklehead. They didn't know. But we're going to give you this job. I was like, whatever, I'm going to prove to you that you need to keep me for longer than the summer. And I did.
What job did they get?
Street team.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's not that it's a bad thing, but I did not start as an intern as most people do. I started directly on the street team getting paid.
And what's the street team? What they do? Go outside and give out flyers?
Nowadays, it's a little different. They represent the brand out in the street, yes, but they generally do what are called sales events. When people pay for on air, they get some added bonus incentives where a street team will come, a van will come with the Hot 97 logo, either with a personality or without, set up music and entertainment and things like that.
So you were part of that?
Yep. At the
time.
All
right. What was the transition now? How did you get inside the building?
Well, that is inside the building.
I mean,
no, that is a big deal, especially at the time, because in 1997, like I said, Hot 97 ruled the world. So when they sent people on the street team riding around in the vans, that's what people saw mostly.
I remember that.
And people would get excited. I remember one time being in one of the vehicles and an EMS literally ran a red light, turned on its things, pulled in front of the van just so it could ask us for a T-shirt.
Yeah, it's go hard.
No, it was there wasn't a fast food joint in Midtown from the 50s all the way down to Village by the station that I couldn't get free lunch with a T-shirt.
But okay, what do you do now? Like, what's your title now?
Right now, my title is executive producer for the Funk Flex show, digital studio producer for hot97.com.
So, what is that?
Okay, now let's see let's talk about the transition to that.
So in 2000,
crazy, man.
I started 1997, stayed there. Oh, please, yes, thank you.
I wasn't gonna give you one, but
I mean, I'm glad I impressed you enough to do that.
Yeah, you did.
Thank you. And it's cold.
Yeah, well, God bless you.
It could have been warm.
Yeah, go for me a water.
Yeah, G money. Space needs water too.
It's hot.
No, yeah.
Space is my guy. I fucks with Space.
Why?
Yeah, just we vibe. We got the same connection.
Shit. Let's
He's
go,
a producer. I'm a producer.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down. He's just a guy that knows his shit. Fuck him too. You know what I mean?
Look,
fuck that guy. Nah, Space is doing. A lot of niggas fuck with him. I don't know why. I don't fuck with him like that, but a lot of niggas do.
Shout to Bino too.
Shout out to Bino. Yeah.
Yes.
You want one? Nah, you don't want one. Yeah, so let's say 2000.
So 97, I started on the street team. Had a bunch of.
He right about the street team. I remember seeing that shit as a kid.
Nah,
being hyped the van.
That shit was huge.
I didn't know them niggas was giving out T-shirts. I thought they was just DJing like.
Well, we didn't always
towels,
have T-shirts, but when we did, they'd give us a bag of goodies. That bag was like gold because people just wanted anything with Hot 97 on it, and we could just. I could go in Boston Market and be like, "Yo, let me get 2 whole chickens, every side, everything. All right, that'll be $68.90. Here's 2 T-shirts. All right, good looking.
Shit.
Oh,
Dead ass.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Nowhere near. So and then I became like it wasn't like a a ranking system or any positions in the street team, but I became like the head street team guy because they were always sending us out like to the hood, and most of the people on the street team were like in school. A lot of them not even from the hood, believe it or not. So they would always send me to the most difficult places.
Areas.
Yes.
Got it.
And I would always get requested from other street team members, even if it wasn't a difficult place, but it was a place that they didn't know, could Tat come with me because then I feel safe. I was never backing down. I would get into arguments with people because they would try to, bully sometimes for the T-shirts and things like that.
What do you
And
mean
I
bully?
was like, try to, give me the fucking T-shirt. I'm like, no, fuck you. I would be the only one to do that, though, because most of the people on the street team kind of weren't built like that.
Did you ever have a fight?
Yeah, probably.
No, I don't want probably.
Well, look, I work at a corporation, so no, I've never had a fight while at work.
So you come on, man.
He never had no fights, but I'm just saying, just in case.
So, I was the person that everybody wanted to work with or whatever.
Now, when you first got there, who was in the building?
Flex, of course. Bugsy was on middays. Ed Lover, Dr. Dre with Lisa G.
I remember.
And
that. Were they in the morning?
Al something was in the morning.
Yeah.
Angie was on after. It was morning show. No, when I first got there, it was morning show. Bugsy, Wendy Williams, Flex.
Wendy Williams on Hot 97?
Yes.
Damn.
And then Angie started, or no, Angie came after Wendy because their timing was funny, and then Flex came on later. And then Wendy left, and then it was just.
Why did she leave?
I'm not sure why she left, but I know she went to a different radio station.
Now let me ask you a question. This might be a difficult question. In your opinion, who was the best morning show? Which one did the most numbers up there?
I mean,
you know who I'm gonna say.
I don't, but I want to know who you're gonna say. Probably what, Star?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mentor. Yeah.
Star definitely made major impact, but
Oh, with no buts.
well, I'm gonna
Whoa.
Hold on, Tat
you
was
gonna
in the
let me
building.
answer it or not?
I'm not.
Tat was in the
Well,
building.
then tell me why it's not.
Because.
Okay, that's a good answer. So listen,
Talk to him. Tell him no, man.
when the morning shows, when Hot 97 started, back to that point that before Hot 97, there was no radio station except for KMEL out in the Bay in California.
Okay.
They were the only one that were kind of playing hip hop like full time, but that was super local and it wasn't coming out of the Bay. Hot 97 was the first radio station that played hip hop 24/7.
Okay.
And because of that, it reverberated across the country. It was a huge deal. And every show made an impact. But Ed Lover and Dr. Dre, because they were coming from Yo MTV Raps, which that show is tonight, actually, the 30th anniversary.
Oh, shoot. Today, June.
Oh yeah, with E.
Yo MTV Raps was, you grew up watching them after school. And so when they came on the radio every day, it was a no-brainer. I'm listening to that. The radio, look, when Hot 97 came on, motherfuckers turned that motherfucker on and didn't turn it off until somewhere in the 2000s. Because that's what they wanted nonstop, guaranteed. So that morning show impacted.
Ed Love and Dr. Dre morning show. So
Huge.
you felt that was bigger than the Star and Buck Wild show.
Yes. Now Star and them, of course, were big because that was at a time that it was a second wave of a big morning show, and they made a huge impact.
Based off of his controversial
Based off
ways.
of how he was doing it.
Yes. Okay.
So yes, he was big and he made a lot of moves in the game. but I can't give it better
You
than.
can't give
Ed,
it.
I can't say that it was bigger than Ed Lover and
What's
Dr.
up,
Dre.
y'all? What you gonna say?
Oh,
Who's
no.
on the phone with Ed, Lisa, and James?
Yo, they did the roll call. They had so many
Nah,
pieces.
Star was lit though, man.
Nah,
No,
of
Star
course,
was
yeah.
lit, and I respect Star.
Just was
Star,
on the show too, right? Justin Lil Neek they did the with Ed Lover in the morning, right?
Well,
At
they
some
would,
point.
yes. They what they would do was when DJ Scribble was out, they would kind of fill in sometimes, but they were through Scribble more or
Gotcha.
less. Yeah.
Okay, but so all right, so.
Well, let me tell you my Star story.
Yeah.
Right. So I definitely have a lot of respect for Star. I was on the street team still when Star was there, and he was getting a lot of like attention because of what he was doing, and motherfuckers was on him, right? So we did, I think it was the New York City Auto Show at the Javits. And,
Javits Center. Mm-hmm.
And everybody was sweating him, even from the station, and he was, shitting on a lot of people or whatever. But he a street dude, essentially, right? Not, he not no big kingpin type dude, but you could tell he's from the street.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew it was like, okay, just connect with him and let him know that, I understand. So I was one of the only people that went up and was like, hey, I'm Tat from the street team. He's like, yeah, all right. And he tried to pull his hand away, and I grabbed it, and I was like, no, I'm Tat from the street team. And he looked, he's like, oh, okay, respect. And he understood that I knew how to get through to him in that connection. And moving forward, in 2000, I didn't get to that part. You cut me off, but it's cool. I didn't get to the part of, in 2000, because I was the popular guy on the street team, Reggie Hawkins, who at the time was... you may not know him. He was big on Star's show though. Actually, Sergeant Hawkins. You don't remember?
I remember Sergeant Hawkins.
So Reggie
Where to find that
Hawkins
man?
came.
Yeah, see what's going on.
He actually went to Sirius. He just left there. I don't know where he's at right now, but shout to Reg. He came to promotions. Was like, yo, who do y'all have in this department on the street team that you trust and has enough sense that could come run the board? And they was like, Tat. So that's how I started in 2000 and became a board op.
Oh.
Shout to Keith Johnson, shout to Rose for putting me in that position. And then from there, I was just doing fill-in shit. And then Mr. C did Late Night with Mr. C, Friday night / Saturday morning, 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Needed a permanent fill-in. And because me and C had already connected because we both from the Sty, he was like, nah, yeah, Tat's cool. I'll fuck with him. So I got that show permanently in late 2000.
I have a question. Just backtrack a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when they played the Aaliyah's plane thing, Star up there? Do you remember that time? Were you in the building at the time?
I was not physically in the building that day, but yes, I was.
How mad were they up there? Were they mad initially, or they mad at the backlash?
I think they weren't mad at all.
Oh,
They understood what Star was. They understood what he was doing. The fans were mad. The Aaliyah fans were furious, and people that just understood.
I heard people was outside the building also
yes,
as well.
No, definitely. People that just loved Aaliyah or just understood and respected Aaliyah. The backlash was crazy because of that. But the building itself was like, this is what he does, so we had to expect this. Yeah, no, I didn't hear any upsetness. At the time, Tracy Claudery was program director. Shout to Tracy.
Okay.
Yes.
So nobody was mad at the time because there was a rumor saying that he got fired because of that, but he always said that he never got fired because of the Aaliyah situation.
No, he did not.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't remember specifically why he got fired, but it definitely wasn't.
I don't think he said he got fired. I think he left. He said. I don't know if he said he got fired. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's what he said. I don't know. I think he said he get fired from 105. I don't know if he said.
Tat, what the fuck, man?
Tat, what the fuck, man? All right, let's move on.
All right, so Mr. C, you got the job.
Right, so I was running Late Night with Mr. C, and then was doing that for a while. Because back then specifically, because Hot was still so hot, you couldn't just move up. You had to put time in. So I was doing that for a while. I actually did that the night my son was born. I did my 2 to 4.
Okay.
Got home, checked in with baby mom. I was like, yeah, I'm tired, I'm going to sleep. She's like, oh, my water just broke. I'm like, yeah. She's like, nigga, my water just broke. I was like, oh, fuck. And it was a snowstorm. So I had to like go over to her crib and then drive down to Brooklyn Hospital in a nasty hoopty. And my son was born right after I got off with Late Night Mr. C.
Awesome. What's your relationship with Ebro?
Me and Breeze are cool. Y'all good?
Yeah.
I've been hearing some things. I'm
They
not
ask me
sure.
that all the time, bro. I get asked that all the time.
I was just wondering
If what?
if y'all good.
Ebro and myself?
You and Ebro, yes.
Are you and Ebro good?
Yeah.
Me and Ebro's
We're
good.
damn near brothers. We don't look alike?
Yeah, you look similar.
Yes.
That's why I asked you that question.
Yes.
Ebro's cool. You know, we good. I spoke to him, saw him,
Okay.
had a conversation with him.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I know that the situation that I conducted up there caused a lot of stir. Not really a lot,
A
but
lot of interest. I had a lot of people hitting me up. Yo, is that real? I said, well, it's Flip. You tell me.
a lot of calls. I mean, it could have potentially messed up the situation that I had going on up there. I think people in the higher ups. I know Patricia Robinson. I did a show with her.
Shout to Pat.
Yeah, shout out Miss Pat. And I know Mike was telling me a lot of people were concerned.
Yeah.
On a higher scale. Not that, because they did warn me that they didn't want anything to go on at that with the sponsors and stuff
That
there.
particular day.
Yes. I had a conversation, but the way things crumbled, but a lot of people, he said it was a little crazy. Not bad, but it was
It
crazy.
just, you could
He
tell.
Are you snitching? Was you snitching, man? Come on,
No, I get where he's coming
You
from.
can't snitch,
No, but
man.
I get where he's coming from. When you get that backlash and you have that information where you know it's not you,
Can't snitch,
and you want to say, "Yo, what the fuck? It ain't us," you know. But nah, I get it. No, I get it. But you can see I can see how it played out on camera, to me. So I kind of knew how it happened.
Okay.
But a lot of people don't know and didn't know, so they were wondering.
I mean, Ebro and I, like I said, there's a video that I have in my phone that I never put out of a couple of years ago, being on Governor's Island when I first met Ebro. I mean, he's from before that. And we discussed this when we saw him in the parking lot. You know what I mean? And I addressed it. I said I felt you act funny because I had an argument with you about Star because I was telling him, in his head I would not play it, and I told him I deleted
Him and
it.
Star got issues.
Yeah, but they met. He said they had lunch a couple 2 years ago.
Okay.
They had lunch, and I don't know where it went wrong again. Something with Star and Rose. I don't know where it went wrong. Only Star can talk about it.
Right.
But I told Ebro in the audio, in the video that I have on my phone, as far as how Star made Hot 97 pop, and Ebro was, he objected, and he also said that, we're in Japan now, Summer Jam Japan, and when he was around, we didn't get that, and he did give him his credit as far as making things happen at the time, but that was, he said he considered it 1,000 years ago. That's what he said. So I felt that because he did support me, he shouted me out on the radio too. He shouted me out, yo, Queenzflip. And then after I did that at Governor's Island, everything changed. Because I was in his face there. I'll show you after when we get off the camera. Yeah, start out the camera. You know what I mean? That's my mentor, but I didn't know he was gonna take it like that.
I saw the video.
You saw the video, right? Yeah, I didn't know he was gonna take it like that.
Right.
That's my opinion. I didn't know.
Right.
He said recently that he understood where I was coming from. He had his opinion,
Right.
And we agreed this. But that's what I think that because he's shouting me out. Laura Styles DM me. People DM me like, yo, we gonna do some work. Ebro wants to work, and then after that they went another direction. They went with the other big guy. Shout out to my man Fat Boy and stuff like that.
Copy.
But initially they hit me up, so I felt that was the cause.
Right.
Because Governor's Island, he was wild, and nigga was trying to swing a belt at me. It was crazy. It was cold. Mad. We was
man.
looking. So I told him.
Wow,
You know what I
I
mean?
didn't even
I didn't know
know
they
about
really
that.
had issues. I just thought it was some shit, but I think they was.
Yeah, they had some issues over time. I mean, look, that's what's gonna happen when you have
Understood.
big talent and a guy that's in charge that is accountable for how things run. He
Understood.
has to do things a certain way, and then Star is very talented, but he didn't want to do things a certain way. And
he was a program director when.
Ebro, yes. He might have been MD/APD, but he definitely, Ebro's very passionate, loves the brand a lot.
Yeah,
So he
does.
definitely, anybody from it's a thing where it's us against everybody else sometimes, because we're there and we are passionate about the brand, and knowing what it means in the whole picture of hip hop history. Sometimes, especially in the last 5 years, people don't look at things like that. Specifically, when Power came into the game, people were like, "Oh, this choice," and we looked at it like, "Yeah, but they're bullshit. Like they just started. We got history. Like,
whoa, slow down.
when they started.
Slow down.
Now they've done some good things.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you acknowledge that.
But they are second rate compared to Hot 97.
Wait, how? What, rating wise? What?
For most of the.
I think they're syndicated, aren't they?
Well, if you're talking about the morning show, that's one thing. I'm talking about the whole radio station.
Are they syndicated?
Their morning show. And Angie.
Let's go.
Angie syndicated as well.
Yes, that's it.
Tat. What the fuck, man? Let's go.
Hey, fam, let me call you right back.
Tat talking that shit
All
now.
right.
Let's go.
That's funk.
That was fun.
Yeah.
You curved the call, man? You can't.
Tell that nigga watch his mouth.
I'm gonna call him right back.
You gonna see him today?
No, I saw him already.
I don't like that. I wanted to see him as well.
Oh shit.
Hold on. So. But obviously,
Oh, here you go.
I want to be careful.
There we go.
Shout out to Hot 97. But obviously, a lot of you guys left. A lot of you guys left. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Angie left. Envy left. Clue left. Who else?
Shout to Angie. I got love for Angie, definitely.
I know. I'm pretty sure you do. That's something you should say.
I know Clue.
something
We've worked together.
I know him as well.
I'm actually used to be really good friends with Envy, but I don't know if we're still there right now.
Why?
Yeah,
this is the Wza I know. Man, let me turn my back real quick. If you gonna start buttering shit up, man, just flip the script. I let you talk positive, nigga. Now it's time to get to the nigga shit. I told you who my mentor is, so you know what type of time I'm on.
I'll say this, right? I'm not going to get into the full details.
Oh,
only
Tat!
because
Come on, Tat.
Tap the fuck, man.
only because
I like that shit.
I'm just not going to put all everything out there, right?
Yeah, that shit cool.
But I will say this, part of why
is it bad or something like that?
it's not bad
But
per
you just feel like
se.
you don't, okay.
Right, I'm just not going to put everything out, but I will say this, part of most of why we don't fuck with each other is my fault.
Oh, wow.
How the fuck is that answer? Yo, Tat, stop Yo, Tat, you gotta give me something, Tat. Come on, man.
He thinking about it.
Tat.
So I used to run Envy's show on Sundays, the hit list on Hot 97.
I remember that.
Right. So me and Envy was super tight. And there was a crew that formed. I know I shouldn't tell this story, but I'm gonna tell it.
Do not call us, text us to take the story out because we're not.
Nah.
So if you do that, don't tell it.
So there was Envy wanted to be a star. He believed in himself, right? And as he should. But you got to look at.
Let
me explain.
I'm sorry.
Right?
I'm just saying the way you said it, like.
Well, what I'm saying is, right? Envy was given times like Sunday, and late night, and once in a blue filling in on the morning show type thing. But he knew that he should have his own. Like if he's gonna do the morning show, it should be his, right? Or he should have his own show. Right, and he wasn't getting that. And the reason he wasn't getting that was because there was a lot of talent at Hot 97. You had Flex, you had C, you had Enough, you had a lot of big DJs, right? And Envy, you had Clue at the time for a second, for a while. You had Who Kid, you had Green Lantern, like a lot of dudes.
Who Kid was up there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
You had a lot of dudes that were on the station, and Envy felt like they should have just kind of gotten moved to the side. I mean, he didn't tell me that per se and has never said that. I'm just assuming because he did get frustrated why he wasn't getting his stuff. But I was down with Flex. You know, that's my team. And even though Envy and I were working together before I was down with Flex, and me and Envy were mad cool, I had made a decision that, you know, knowing how things move, that's the team that I'm going to flow with. And I wasn't looking at it like it's Flex against everybody at the station. It was just that was the team I was rolling with.
Okay.
And they they formed a group called the Going Brothers, which was Funk, C, and Enough. And they wanted Envy to be in it, and Envy didn't want to be in it. And
I think I remember that.
I played the bed that represented that group one time on Sunday, and Envy was like, "Don't play that shit. Don't fuck with that shit." I was like, "Envy, that's my team." Right?
What's the bed?
Instrumental is what a bed is. Just the beat, so we could talk over it, right? So
who beat was it?
I don't know the song. It was like it was just some song that they used every time that they talked about the Going Brothers Association. He's like, "So don't play that shit." And I was like, that's my team, you know what I'm saying? So it got to be a little bit of a struggle because Envy wanted his own light and didn't want to be in the team. He just wanted his own thing. And it got to a point that it was like, choose.
He told you he
didn't tell me that, no, but it just got to be to a point. I'm leaving some stuff out, yes, because I'm not going to put everything out there.
Respect.
But it got to a point that he was like, choose. And I chose.
So he told you to choose.
He didn't tell me to choose physically.
Because you left it out, so that's what I'm assuming.
He didn't know it, but it got to an understanding of choose.
Got you.
And I chose, and I didn't choose Envy. So I'm sure he felt a way about that.
So he wanted you to leave with him to go.
No, that's definitely not that. But
all right. But basically,
had I chosen him, I probably would have left with him. Yes, but I didn't choose him. I chose.
Do you remember when he left?
I don't remember the year, but yeah.
Did he just leave surprisingly?
I think it was he was offered something that he didn't want, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be out," and it was like, okay. And then I think like 2 months later, or I forget the time period, and then the Breakfast Club started.
Wow. I heard Hot 97. There was rumors that Hot 97 was in talks with Charlamagne at one point.
I don't know. Honestly, I do not know.
Of course you wouldn't say that.
Probably though, because I do believe I heard he was shopping around.
Oh, word?
Yeah, looking for more money. But you know, sometimes they do that to get more money from where they're actually at. As a position.
Do you respect the morning show over there now? Your personal opinion.
The Breakfast Club morning show?
Yes.
I do like Envy. Even though, you know, we may not be in a good place, I do still personally like Envy.
When you say not in a good place, did you guys have a...
We haven't had a conversation.
No, but you're just assuming that...
I know off of energy.
Got it. So you ran into him.
We've seen each other.
He ain't try.
I like his word choice. It's good.
Yeah, very smart man.
Yeah.
Did he make you timid?
Envy?
Make
me timid? In what way?
You know, a little nervous to approach him, or a little nervous to stand in the corner. Like, I don't know.
For what?
I don't know. I'm just trying to, fish.
Nah.
You can catch the bait if you want.
Nah. Why would Envy? Nah.
Okay.
No, he's a good guy. He's not going. Why would he do that?
Slow down. Don't fall into.
Man, shampoo hit that. He'll be hype, right?
Shampoo would be hype. He's a good guy.
Envy? Yeah.
So okay, I get what you. So the morning show, the breakfast.
Oh, do I respect? I like Envy. Angela Yee is, I respect what she does. She's good at investigating things. She comes from, in my mind, she kind of comes from our camp because she started. Her first big show was with Cypher on Sirius, and that's, to me, she had a chance to come too hot for when Cypher became on the morning show, but that's, that choice didn't get made or whatever the case is, so she went over there. You gotta respect that. I don't particularly care for how Charlamagne moves.
Really?
Yeah. I know people view him as good at what he does. And he
That's a little
does,
interesting, Tat.
He does ask some good questions.
Tat,
I don't like,
what
you know
you
what I
doing?
don't like? I don't like specifically when Syph went up there recently, he's still taking jabs at Mr. C, and I thought that was like cowardice. Me personally, but that's because C is a friend of mine. Like, who cares what that man's sexuality is, whatever the case is? Like, who cares? What's that got to do with anything?
Right.
And he's not even on the station anymore, so why are you even still doing that? What's the point? Is he, like, in my mind, I'm like, are you hiding something? Like, this is such a subject for you.
Yeah, take a seat. That shampoo is Tat. You know.
How you doing?
So shampoo, King of All Blacks, Howard Stern show and all that.
Okay.
Shit, yeah. Ted Whizzer. So wait, time out. So Charlemagne, you don't particularly, because he's taking jabs at your friend, but what do you think about his work ethic?
He does work hard, yes.
Okay.
But I do think he
on a good space.
positions
You got a good space here,
bullshit.
brother. Can't talk about it. You gotta give credit where it's due.
No, he's definitely, look, in this time of the internet and millennials, he definitely has a good work ethic that people should pay attention
But you
to.
just feel that the jabs are too far.
I felt like that jab was too far, and it's like it answers to a bigger issue of, are you really doing your due diligence, or are you just picking low hanging fruit?
What about when he says plays clues bombs? Play one of clues bombs.
That's trolling. That's
Okay.
trolling.
I don't like that. I don't like doing that.
If a millennial,
Really?
I don't like that.
well, he's a DJ and he respects the art form and he knows where the bomb came from and what it means.
It sounds it's the same bombs. And you can't say that's clues bomb and you playing flex.
But
bomb.
it's
Clue,
not.
when I-
It's
but
Flex
growing
bomb
up,
trolling.
you know, it was Web, Nitty, Skane, Clue, everybody, wherever. So we all was a part. I never heard Clue play a bomb when I was younger.
No, he don't. He doesn't have a bomb.
He doesn't. Play
Okay,
bomb.
so
He
I
doesn't.
wasn't
They're trolling.
Yeah.
They're
Flex.
trolling Flex
Got it.
because
I don't
they
like it.
know that Flex is so
you don't like it?
strong.
No, I don't like that at all.
Because Flex was the first one I heard with that as a kid.
Yes, it's definitely Flex's bomb. But that's people trying to get a rise out of Flex.
I mean, we'll get to him. He goes in sometimes. He be
No,
blacking
yes.
out. He blacks out.
Of course. But people trying to get a rise out of him so they can get attention from him, because even if he's shitting on you, he's giving you attention.
True.
So when they're trying to get some light. So they're like, yo, if I gotta say Clues bomb to get light from Flex, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Do you think that Power 105 and Hot 97 would never be able to be? Why do you think they would never be able to be on the same page? Is it because it's competition?
Yeah.
There's Hot 97.
Any radio station that does the same thing, any two radio station that does the same thing in the same market
obviously.
is not going to be in a good place. When they do the same thing. Now, if Hot or if Power was, more like BLS, and Hot went to the kids and BLS and Power went to the older people, they would never have an issue.
Respect.
But being they're going for the same demographic, there's always going to be an issue.
Have they ever have it? I remember one time I heard that Ebro and Charlemagne saw each other one time. I think they didn't want to take a picture or some shit like that. There was a story like that.
From the way I heard the story it was Nessa's event.
Who's Nessa?
She took Angie's spot, right?
Yeah,
The light skinned lady that was up there asking who I was, and I said, "Nigga, I'm from Queens."
I wasn't there.
I'm not sure, but
She has a nice body.
3 to 7.
She was
doing
up
her
there,
thing.
nigga. Wasn't she up
She
there
on
when
afternoons now.
she wasn't up there when I
She
came up
might have
there?
been.
Nessa, the girl, Nessa, long hair.
She has some.
She was asking Ebro, who is he? Who is he? I'm like, I'm from Queens. I'm Queens. Ask who I am. Walking out the room. Ebro didn't like that too much. He said, no, I can't do that. Don't ask who I am. Nigga, ask me. I'm in here. That's what I am. That's what the fuck I am.
Well, look, Nessa, beautiful
Man, fuck that.
soul.
She's cool. She cool.
Fuck that.
She's killing in the ratings, 3 to 7. Check her out. So look,
Where's the
it was
proof?
Nessa's
Where's the
event.
proof? Where's the
Nessa
proof?
comes from
You
MTV.
can't tell me somebody killing ratings because you work for them. You got to show me proof.
But actually, there's a legal thing where we can't literally put ratings out.
Respect.
So
But she's doing a great job though.
she is.
Shout out to Nessa. Okay.
So she comes from MTV, and Charlemagne is big in the MTV building, right?
Okay.
So they're very cool. It was her event, and Ebro was there to support her. And she asked Charlemagne to come. She asked for the picture, and Ebro was willing to, like, all right, I don't care for whatever, but I'll do it for you. and Charlemagne refused to do it. And then I think Ebro did get like, yo, what the fuck, you coming this? What'd you come for? Da da da. And then Charlemagne, you getting uptight because I want to take a picture with you, and that's how it snowballed or whatever the case is.
So they had a back and forth at the event.
I don't know. I just know that, you know, back and forth on the radio, that's how it played out.
Got it. Now,
take that shit serious, man.
When Clue left, do you remember why he left?
I don't. I just know that, you know, he was out.
He was out. Do you remember the day? You just remember he just one day just left.
I don't remember the year or, you know, the day per se, but yeah, I remember the time period like, you know, he was like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and go down the block.
He told you? He told you that?
He didn't tell me specifically. Like, we was cool, but he wasn't calling me up type shit. He just was like, you know, telling like, yo, I'm out. I'm like, all right. Good luck.
That competing shit is crazy. Everybody used to be friends.
See, but you got to look at it like this. Like, that's how we feed our families. That's it's a job, yeah, and like you can go get another job, but you know, something like radio isn't something you just get up and go get another job. You just not go drive a truck in the morning type shit. It's like it's a career. It's something that you've decided to do, and if you're at a place, you decided to be at that place. And it is, you know, us against them because it's like we're competing for the same ad dollars and the same money in the market. So, fuck them. It's us.
Is that how you feel? Is it?
Nah, not like on some like, fuck y'all, like I hate y'all.
Are you cool with
shit.
anybody over there or you not?
Like I said, I got love for Angie. I do still, however he feels about me, I still like Envy. I still like Clue, but you know it's competition. So if Funk goes in on him, he's gonna go in on him. You know, things like that. I don't really know anybody over there per se.
When Wendy Williams was on Hot 97, were you cool with her?
Yes, in you know, as much as anybody could be cool with Wendy at the time. She, you know, Wendy is a radio legend, and she was very standoffish with a lot of people. But remember the guy Pigeon that I mentioned that got me the job was her phone op. So actually, she put me on the air when I first got on the street team.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
She was like, "Oh, what's your name?" I was like, "Frank," and I did, for whatever reason, I didn't say Tat, and I told her my government, but then I was like Frank White. She's like, "Oh, your name is really Frank White," and I was like, "Yeah," on air. And then when it went to commercial, I was like, "Oh, that's not really my government." She's like, "What?" And she got uptight, and then I left the room.
The room?
Yeah.
Was she mad at you because you didn't say your name?
Well, she was just like, you made me feel like, you know, that was your name, and I said that on air, so now I'm lying on air, and da da da. I was like, I didn't know. I just, you know, you asked me what I go by.
Okay. What,
Yo, quick story, my fault. Yeah, because I'm thinking about him, you know, just taking the competition and them taking it serious. My first time meeting Mr. C, actually, I played a club in a city. It was called Fahrenheit at the time, Club Peppers or whatever. So I'm excited. I'm a young DJ. I'm excited to be on the same bill with Mr. C, obviously. So I'm shouting him out crazy. You know, I'm opening up. It's packed. I'm trying to like go in. You know what I'm saying? So you know, Mr. C at the time, you know, he was real arrogant. You probably remember.
Yes, he was an asshole.
So he's real arrogant. So you know,
he was like that to us too, though.
Okay.
Just so you don't feel bad.
Got you. Nah, me and him good now. But I remember when I first time meeting him, real arrogant. You know, he walked in the booth. I'm shouting him out crazy. Blah, blah. I want to give him with the dap. He give me like a little 2-finger, like, what up? You know, so I'm like, damn, I'm showing you mad love, whatever. So now he's setting up the play, and I see a Power 105 sticker in the back, right? It's me. C here, the sound man's there. So I'm looking. C's about to get his record. You know, we had the vinyl, whatever, about to get the record on, and like he sat there while I took my last record, let it play out. He's picking out the Power 105 sticker. It couldn't come off. So he sat there for like a good 10 minutes. I'm like, yo, the sound man said, is it that serious? He was like, yeah, I'm not fucking DJing in the booth when a Power 105 sticker in it. I was like, oh shit, this shit. That's why I knew the competition was real. In the beginning
specifically, yeah.
Yeah, he sat there until he put that shit off, bro. It took like 10-15 minutes. He didn't leave until, he didn't play no music until that sticker was up.
In his mind, he's thinking if somebody take a picture with me in Power 105 paraphernalia in the background, it's not going to look good.
Right.
To the people at Hot. Because it's a branding thing.
That shit bugged me out though. I ain't
So
gonna
how
lie.
y'all became cool? How y'all started talking?
Well, I mean that was crazy. That night I played. He got on, and I kind of felt the way because he kind of curved me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like literally pulling the records up, turning the music off. Yo, Mr. C's here. G Money, I'm here. I'm hyping it, and he curved me. I was like, I felt like shit. So I'm like, all right. He about to get on. He used my needles. I said, yo, you got your own needles? He was like, he didn't say nothing. He just took the shit off, gave me my joint, put a joint on. I got back on after that, and I'm killing this shit. He left. He ain't seen nothing to me. Spinfo came downstairs. DJ Spinfo, shout out to him.
Shout out to Spinfo.
He started emceeing for me and shit. So me and Spinfo rocking. So we thought C left. C came back in there, stopped the record, got the mic, and was like, yo, hold on. So we now be like, yo, what he gonna do? He gonna try to violate us? You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, I see you over here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Spinfo, shout out to G Money. Let's go. And he started emceeing for my set a little bit. So from there, every time I saw him, it was just like a little. It was still like a little bullshit though. It was still like a little head nod. I'm like, yo, what up? He's like, until like years went by, then he'll shot me out once in a while, and invite me to the station and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember that.
You remember? Yeah, Martin Lawrence record. He first one to play our record on the radio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Shout out to Mr. C.
Yeah,
God, I love him. Man. Shout out to him.
That's the homie.
He cool, man. when did DJ Enough come in?
Enough been at the station. He probably got to the station like 5-6 months after I got there in '97. He's been there a long time.
Yeah. A lot of people respect him though.
He started the heavy hitters, right?
He started the heavy hitters with a guy named Renee, and he was Biggie's tour DJ as well.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I don't know a lot about him.
Yeah. Brooklyn.
Yeah, Enough got a lot of respect out here. And
I
he's
saw
from
that
Brooklyn.
when he was talking in the room after the stuff with me and me and Ebro. I saw it. I saw that they were respecting him.
Yeah.
Like,
Big Spanish, man.
Yeah.
I like him. I got a lot of respect. He's very humble guy. Yeah. Flex now. What's your relationship with Flex?
That's my guy.
It's your guy. You do his show and stuff like that. So when he goes in, you're 100% behind him. Because he be on some crazy shit sometimes. Some up north shit that he
That's
just
my
came
guy.
home from jail.
I thought back him up 1000%.
I mean, he slapped a couple of people. We don't have to get into that.
Is that what you heard?
You know and I know he slapped somebody.
No. I know he threw something at somebody and they got hit with it, but I don't know that he smacked somebody.
Slapped a woman, man. Stop your Tat.
You don't know the story.
That's his people's.
Was you there?
Steph Lover, your people's. Nigga, talk about
That's
it.
a fact. Yeah.
Steph tried to get me fired one time.
Word?
Let's go! We got a story. we got a fucking story. We got a story.
When I was on the street team,
Did he slap her? Yes or no? Or punch her? Keep it real.
no, he did not.
Nah, they said
On my
he
son.
slapped the money.
He threw some money in her face.
He threw money in her face, yeah.
So what?
She
She got mad at me when I asked if he slapped her. She got mad at
Because
me on the phone.
she don't want to talk about
she don't
it.
want to tell you the truth.
Wait, time out. I asked her on the phone when I said, Flex, I said, how did you feel when you got slapped by Flex? And she got upset.
She don't like talking about none of that shit. You know what's crazy? So me and Steph did a show on DTF Radio for 5 years. I didn't know before. I didn't know the story. So I'm DJing and I have a Flex drop. So I'm playing.
Play that?
Yeah, I'm playing.
Cool, man. You cool, let me hear that.
Yeah, of course. So I met Flex a while ago. I got a little drop outside, whatever. So I'm just DJing. I'm playing all the high records and shit. I'm putting mad drops in between, and I put a Flex drop on. And she was just like, she just looked at me like,
Like, nigga, what are you doing?
yeah. And then somebody that was working with us and shit. Hold on, I'm saying.
You know what it is, Funk Flex. I'm checking out my man DJ G Money. You know how he gets down. DJs, we out here. We hold the crown. Holla at your boy, Funk Flex. You know what I do. I run this city. I run this city. You right? How'd you know?
And my boy MU in the back too hyping it. So shout out to MU. He actually got me the drop because I'm like, yo, I'm gonna holla at Flex, but I'm like, I don't know Flex. You know what I'm saying?
He be on some bullshit.
Nah, he fucks with DJs though.
MU said, yo, Flex, what up?
I seen Flex give a pound like this. He did that shit that day, nigga. I'm like, oh, me and Bino, shout out to Bino. We watch that nigga do some. Flex is a foul, old school, ill nigga, man. Flex, how you do safari like that too? Cracking jokes. I'm saying it's the truth.
Nah, you know he knows.
Crack too much
It's
jokes.
it's the energy that he gets is what he's gonna give.
Safari just walked in there. He's like, you got security now? Yo, he got security.
He don't hold his tongue. Flex just
I look at this nigga, yo, this nigga, old nigga.
Flex
Now, I
talking
love
shit.
him. He showed me a lot of love, so salute to him. I definitely want to say he showed me love even with my videos, man, because he don't really get into nothing. Even though he stuck to it, he still allowed me to do something in the vicinity, and thanks to you, and I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart.
No, definitely.
You know what I mean? And I think you really, respect what I do, and so that's why I fuck with you.
Definitely.
But I want to talk about this Steph Lover shit.
So
What you remember?
I was on the street team.
So why was they real quick? Why was they saying? Why was the rumor that he slapped her or punched her?
I think like I said,
that sounds more exciting than got money thrown in your face.
But he could have got in trouble though, right? You don't think so? At the time, like there was a thing saying that he slapped a woman.
I mean, but look, he didn't go to jail, right? Like, cops was called.
Cops was called.
I believe so. Like, he didn't go. So, like, the determination was, you didn't really physically assault anybody.
So, what do you remember happening?
So, this stems from the night of the Nas incident after Summer Jam.
What,
He went.
stage?
He couldn't perform the way he wanted, and he went down to Power 105 and talked some shit on the air. It was something he wanted to, I don't know specific. I heard it was a gallows or something that he couldn't do because we were like, no, we're not gonna hang a black man on the stage. Sorry, but he got uptight, went down there.
What?
And Steph had just went over to Power 105 at the time.
She was on there?
Yeah, he jumped on air with her, and she, she came from us. She got fired from Hot.
What did she do?
For being late all the time. And she walked in late one time, and Tracy was like, Tracy had warned her mad times, and Tracy was like, yo, are you late? She was like, nah, I'm in the booth. But Tracy was in the air studio. Tracy was standing in the air studio when she called her. So she was like, yeah, calling, yo, get the show ready, da-da-da. And as she was getting off the elevator, thinking she was getting ahead of Tracy was standing right there like, yo, I can't do this no more. Yeah, bye.
So she's not supposed to be late.
You can't be late. Can't be late.
Was she doing good on the radio? Was her rating good?
It doesn't matter.
That means no.
It doesn't matter. You can't be late.
I'm sorry, G. Sorry. I was just saying.
Nah, it's
If Flex was late, they would have fired him.
But what Flex is smart enough to know how to run a show without looking like he's late if he is late. She wasn't doing that. She wasn't setting anything up ahead of time. She wasn't, and I had mad love for Steph.
I can tell.
The thing that got me uptight was her trying to stay out of her own way. She was throwing people under the bus to do it. And that I was like, come on, man.
How she almost got you fired?
So I was still on the street team, and we had a sales event, and we had to go pick up Steph and be at a place at a certain time. And Steph was mad late. Like, we was sitting outside of her crib for like an hour and a half waiting for her. And we got to the event, and the salesperson was OD tight, right? So it got to be this big thing. But on our way there, it was me and Miguel, who used to run Star and Bucks.
Miguel
right.
Candelaria or whatever.
Candelaria, yep.
Yeah.
That's my guy. Shout out to Miggs, right? So me and Miggs was in the car, and we were on our way, and we were telling her, because we fuck with Steph, right? So we were like, we didn't even care that she was an hour, making us wait an hour and a half. We was just like, yo, the salesperson's gonna be tight. She's like, all right, I'll deal with it. All right, so we was all talking and shit. Do you remember the weed fest that used to happen in Washington Square Park?
No, I don't smoke weed.
Okay, so there was this big weed fest that they would allow every year in Washington Square Park, that if you stayed in the perimeter of Washington Square Park, the police would not fuck with you.
Wow.
So we were like telling her, like, yo, they had the weed fest yesterday. This shit was crazy, da-da-da. We went, checked it out for a minute, because Steph and I had smoked before together, right? So, it was nothing to talk about it. So she got a call from Tracy the next day. Yo, you got late again at this event. I'm getting sick and tired of your shit, da-da-da. Basically, it came back to me that she said that she was late because Miggs and I were late picking her up because we were at the Weed Fest.
Oh.
And the Weed Fest was on Saturday, and we picked her up on Sunday. So I'm like, damn, we was really high if we was picking her up.
Who is Tracy?
Tracy Claudery.
Who is she?
She was the PD.
President? What is PD?
No, program director.
Oh, at the time, I'm sorry.
Right. She went on and she worked at BET. But
so who's Pat Robinson? What does she do?
Pat Robinson is currently the director of operations for MS New York and the head of HR, human resources.
Okay, got it. All right, so she said that. So now, when Steph did that, what was your response to Steph?
I didn't respond to Steph at all. I just said, hey, I don't know what to tell you. the Weed Fest was on Saturday, and they looked it up, and the Weed Fest was on Saturday. So my boss in promotions was like, all right, well, don't even worry about it. We'll handle it.
You could have got in trouble for that, though, right?
Had the Weed Fest been on Sunday, I would have got fired because there's no way they were going to believe me over Steph.
So now bring us fast forward. So Nas went on with Steph Lover and made a big rant about that. Now, what happened with Flex and her?
All I know, because I wasn't there, so I
Okay.
can't say specifically, but all I heard was he saw her and was like, yo, you know, you putting gas in places it need to be, and I guess she said something, and there was some words, and he's like, yo, you fucking thirsty for money?
Where he got the money from?
It's Flex.
Was it real money or the money with his fake? With his face
money
on it?
is from his
Why
pocket.
would it be money with his
Yeah.
face on it?
I-
Where you taking me?
Nah, Flex is the man. Nigga, he had lugs. Nigga, he made lugs popping.
That's how you gonna do it?
They wanted to do
All
a
right,
situation with me, and I said, I'm not
Let's
doing.
talk about that, right?
Hold on, they want to do a thing with me. I said, I'm not doing it until y'all get. I want the Flex lugs, nigga. They can't get it. I don't want to do it.
All right. I don't know anything about that. But what
Lugs
I'm,
want to
what,
do a video with me. I'm telling you. What I'm
Okay.
telling you. And I want the Flex lug. I don't.
I don't think they
exist.
exist anymore.
They gotta find it, nigga.
Well, that's between y'all and you.
No,
and them,
no.
but-
You had to help
But
me
listen
find
to
it.
me about that, right? I know
talking about?
Flex always catches a lot of shit about Lugs. Lugs is a retarded shoe. We know that, right? But you got to look at the time period. This was in the late 90s. A DJ got his own shoe. And yes, Lugs now is like, oh, this is trash. But when it came out, niggas was rocking Lugs.
I remember.
So it was like, oh, here's a guy, here's a shoe that niggas is kind of wearing, and a DJ has his own shoe in the line. It was not like, you know, it wasn't a Nike and it wasn't a Reebok or a Puma or nothing like that, yeah. But it was still a shoe that people were wearing, and a DJ got his own shoe. The only person that had his own shoe prior to that was athletes. And really, I can only think of like maybe Jordan, Pennies, and Ewings. That's it. Like before, and maybe at the time AI had his own shoe,
Yeah,
Reebok or whatever. But like athletes had a shoe. Like why was a DJ having a shoe? That was an accomplishment. People could say what they want, but he opened the door.
So why they don't have? I don't think they have any more of the shit. That's what that was one of my stipulations.
They don't have any more, and I think right now what Birdman has a deal with Lugs, no?
I don't know.
What, I didn't hear what you.
I said no, thank you. Flex is my man.
Okay.
Go, so I need the Flex. That's what I told him. I
No,
mean,
Birdman's
salute,
cool, though.
salute to them. I mean, I'm not giving niggas no plugs, but I mean, salute to them. Birdman's cool.
Facts.
Shout out to. I'm just saying, like, you know, that was one of my that was one of my stipulations.
Right. If you was gonna fuck with Lugs, it was gonna be with the brand that you fucked with in
That when I
Lugs.
knew exactly.
Copy,
If I was
copy.
gonna do a video for you guys, I
Copy.
want to do it with that
Copy.
instead of
Copy.
the new ones.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I'm gonna throw.
But I
this
know
in the garbage,
Flex
set them
gets a
on
lot
fire.
of like, oh, nigga had Lugs, fuck out of here. Like, all right, but what the same people that say that, what shoe did y'all have?
Why did they say? Why? So Steph told you that he threw money off. Sorry, she told you the truth.
I don't remember. I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember, like, you know, word for word what she told me the story was. Like I said, that day I played the drop, and then from there I knew something happened. And then like they were telling me like, yeah, Steph and Flex, you know, blah, something with him slapping her or whatever the case is. So that's what I heard. And I know the topic was real like tense. Anytime someone brought it up or some of the stuff, so I never really touched on the topic. I was just like, and then you know, I spoke to someone else about it like years after, and it was like, yeah, you know, they told me a different story that kind of like what he said. Like he had money, you know, he had money, he threw it in her face. Like, yeah,
She walked away with no bruises. She was never touched. But that's none of my business.
So what was the craziest situation? Were you around when 50 and them was at 97 when the game and the niggas came up? Were you around for that? Because that's what changed a lot of things. I heard that situation. Do you remember that? Stop shaking your head.
The Whizzer.
The
Whizzer.
We're off the scene. The Whizzer.
Tat Wza, right?
The Whizzer the hot.
Could be wrong, but there might still be some open cases on that, so I don't know anything.
No, stop it, man. What?
Somebody got shot that night.
You think they can't sue MS?
I don't see why. Emmett had nothing to do with it.
I mean, I heard because of that situation, they have two buildings now.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the trend?
But that, I mean, there was a few situations. It's public knowledge. There was a shooting in front between Little Kim and Little Kim's crew and I think it was Capone Noriega. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but
I don't remember.
There was some situation, not them specific. Like Little Kim wasn't shooting.
No, I understand.
Like, or Capone Noriega, but
Nick got shot in his ass at that time.
I did hear that somebody got shot in their ass.
Yeah. So 50 of them was on the radio. What's up? What you remember?
Well, now see, like, all right.
We don't play that.
I don't know who it was.
We all play around.
But I heard that in that altercation, somebody got shot in the leg. I don't know who or what. Mm-hmm. I'm just hearing things. And a different time, somebody got shot in the ass.
Oh, God.
There's been a few instances, so the building got a little nervous.
Because, right down the block is the passport office.
Not even down the block, across the street.
Okay, across the street.
I'm going to take you further. When 9/11 happened and they started locking people up, they was holding them right there. And there was armed guards, like with machine guns on every corner when 9/11 happened.
Holding them right where?
Right in the passport office, because that's immigration.
What?
Yeah, there's a jail in there.
No, there's not. What?
God, damn.
Ice.
Yeah, they don't play. They don't fuck with ice. Don't fuck with ice.
Yeah, so what makes you stay there? Like, you've been through all these situations, and Flex is, he's one of the top DJs in the game.
Right.
So it's a good situation, but it comes with a lot. Him talking crazy about other stations, different people.
Yeah, but that's my team. I back my team up. I don't look at it like, oh, he's fucking me up for other opportunities, because I'm not pursuing those other opportunities. I'm not trying to get a job down the block, or, I'm doing some really great things with Flex. Like,
you're not concerned with your safety at any point when he starts to talk crazy about certain people. You don't feel like.
Nah. Well, I mean, it's talk. If somebody's that upset over talk, then they got some other things going on.
I mean, he does get crazy though. It's about Jay-Z, don't hit my phone from a private number, all that stupid shit.
Yeah, but you got to understand the history between him and Jay. That's between, like, look, Jay-Z's Jay-Z, right? He's God MC. Like, I'm from F.D.S, so of course Jay-Z's the man, right? But I still know that in the beginning, Jay-Z wouldn't have gotten to where he was if Flex didn't play those records at those times. There was a lot going on, and Flex could have put his attention in other places. He definitely helped give Jay-Z that platform to go and become greater. Jay-Z would have never got out of New York if it wasn't for Hot 97 and Flex. Because by the time the internet came along or power came along to give other options, Jay-Z would have been too old to really blow up.
I understand. What last question about Flex. He wait. The thing with him and Rosenberg, was that real?
Rosenberg had some words where he felt like Flex's opinion shouldn't matter the way it does, and Flex told him why it does. So, kinda. I mean, there's no hate or any ill intentions or will.
Can you bring me up?
Well, Rosenberg said on the radio that Flex was starting fake beef to stay relevant, and I think he
What
asked...
made Rosenberg say that?
I don't know. I can only assume...
You think he had the battery?
No, I can only assume that he was looking to start his Complex show. Because on the heels of those comments, he announced his Complex show.
So he said that Flex... What fake beef was Flex starting?
Well, Flex went on Twitter and asked... he first said that a lot of rappers took A$AP Rocky's style.
I remember that.
And then he got a lot of responses on Twitter of people saying yes. And then A$AP Rocky retweeted it with, "That's a Flacco fact." And then Flex took that and put it to Instagram and said, "Yo, who do y'all think took A$AP Rocky's style?" With A$AP Rocky agreeing that people took his style. But then he also went right away in the comments and, he added Travis Scott
Oh God.
And added. I think that might have been it for that one. But yeah, so that started that a little bit of controversy, but it's not controversy like Flex really looks at it. And if you look at it, there's a lot of style that A$AP Rocky had that Travis Scott kind of moves with. So not musically.
Rosenberg went on the morning show and stated that. Then now let's go a little forward. He stated that you did this, you did that, and then Flex goes in. Talk about his dog and all that when he was in Boston.
Well, we didn't talk about Bear. We love Bear, man.
He didn't talk bad about his dog, but he
we like Rosenberg. Like it's it's love. It's just like he wanted to say that. So
oh, what a night!
Here's the reason why what he said doesn't really matter is what happened, kind of.
December back in that's on 63.
Yep.
What a very special time for me. Yeah, I know.
You having one tonight? Tonight's what a night?
We gotta go him. How you know? He just whispered to you.
No, he told me before.
What?
Oh, didn't give me no hint that you had to leave.
Oh yeah, I'm monitoring. I do need to leave, but I like our conversation. Thank you. So, see, this is why I fucks with him.
Fuck that nigga. So why you say you gotta go for? Why you tell him privately?
Because I really do, but I'm sacrificing. I need to have a meeting with DJ Bobby Trends on the project we're working on.
Bobby Trends, that's my man.
Shaking the block. That's my guy.
That's my guy.
He show love to.
Cypher Sounds.
That's my god.
Why did he leave? That bothered me because they just like swept it under the rug. I don't think it was.
I don't think it was swept under the rug.
Unless I wasn't really listening.
Well, I don't know that there's an explanation.
He just left to do comedy.
Yeah, he wants to pursue his comedy career.
But he didn't have no issues or anything. He didn't leave.
Not that I know of per se. I mean, you'd have to ask him.
They still play Cypher, Don't Get Gas. They still play that stupid shit?
Nah, I don't think I've heard that anytime soon. Because you know who was playing that? Syph.
Yeah.
So if he's not there, he can't play it.
Shout out to Cypher Sound. He's gonna be at Comic-Con this year too with us. He's gonna be.
Oh man, I can't. I'd love to.
Don't touch me, G. But yeah. You remember you did that and I got mad because my head. You said I was shaving my hairline.
That was last year though.
I was shaving. Yeah, I'm just look at the range, man. I got a whole new game plan.
That's a fact.
Oh, that's cool. We cool, G. Oh. This is stupid ass Seinfeld thing. Yeah.
Good job.
Wait, there was someone I want to ask that. Damn, Flip.
Tat, what the fuck, man?
Cypher, Don't Get Gas, and
Summer Jam.
Nah, hold on. Slow down with the Summer Jam.
You gotta go soon, man. We gotta get
to
it.
I do have to go a little.
Wait, I got one more question. Hey, come on, slow down, man.
You need a speed ticket.
Cypher, Don't Get Gassed. Cypher Sounds, and
who else?
Damn, man, let me forget. All right, man, go ahead. Ask about something. Summer Jam, 25th anniversary.
This will be my 21st Summer Jam.
Wow.
Can you get me inside?
Come on, Flip, you won't be there.
Can you get me inside, bro? How much you rock with me? And you rock with Space Ghost.
I got Ghost.
I got
Yeah, give him a fake hand. Yeah, no.
Hell no. He said Ghost. Yeah. No plus for that nigga, man.
Niggas like that nigga because he know a lot of get out of here, man. Nah. Summer Jam, how do you feel about it? You excited?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, in all honesty, there's not too much I haven't seen at Summer Jam. Mm-hmm. So yes, I'm excited every time Summer Jam happens because I know no matter what lineup we announce, something else is gonna happen that's legendary every year. So I am excited to see that because I don't know what it's gonna be yet. Specifically, that's the 25th anniversary. I know they're planning some extra crazy shit.
That's what I'm saying, man. Shout out to my man Lil Wayne gonna be in the building.
What's your favorite moment so far? If you could pick one, I know
I
it's a lot.
It's definitely a lot. I mean, and I know this is probably running to the ground, but
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I remember being in that stadium, in the arena, and
how the fuck they even got him over there? How they did that?
It was Hove. It was all Hove. Well, really, it was Hove and Dame, right? So I remember all night they were like, "Yo, Hove's gonna bring some special surprise. We don't know what it is. Don't know what it is, right?" And he killed that show regardless. But It just was like, yo, he's getting ready to go on. All right, we don't know. And then we didn't have a video department. We didn't have digital, none of that. So I was running around actually with a camera at the time. And they were like, yo, Ho's about to come on. I was like, all right, I'm going to go in the crowd and tape it. And they were like, yo, go now, though, because he's going to have Michael Jackson come out. And it was like, what? And nobody knew. So it was like, yo, this is going to be crazy. So I ran because you could be in what's called a pit that's right in front of the stage. But you know, a hip hop show, and then with Michael Jackson, I was like, there's going to be 1,000 niggas on that stage, guaranteed. I was like, let me go get somewhere where I'm going to actually see the crowd. So I went a little up and over, but from the stair thing. And like I was running down the stairs to get in position, damn near broke my neck to do it. But then when he came out, like when Hov was killing it already, and he's like, yo, I got a surprise for you. And Michael Jackson came, like when Michael Jackson walked on that stage, it was just like, it erupted, but it was like a disbelief amongst everybody. It was like, am I literally seeing Michael Jackson walk out on the Summer Jam stage? And if I'm not mistaken, that was also the same year that he did The Scream.
Prodigy. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, guaranteed, definitely.
Did Michael Jackson didn't say he just waved or some shit like that?
Yeah, he did. He literally didn't do shit, but the fact that he was there was just like, holy shit. Like, that took Hov to another level.
That shit crazy. I want to know, like, how did that shit, like, what's the conversation like? How do you call Mike? Like, you know what I'm saying? How do you get through to get Michael to confirm that it's gonna be there?
Yeah.
Did they do a song together? You Rock My World remix and shit like that?
Yeah. The Mike Jordan, Mike Jackson,
Yeah. Never be the. You gotta get up out of here. All right, sign out, man. Get you out of here. You talk some bullshit. Sign out, man.
Yeah, that's how you treat your guests, man.
Yeah, because he don't want to give me a Summer Jam.
He cool, man.
What you need?
Oh!
What you need?
Shit.
What you need? You need tickets?
He got tickets.
I feel like you're gonna be there, Flip. That's why I'm not even really acknowledging. I feel like you're already in the building.
Never be there.
Hey, crazy, man.
Nah, sign out though.
Sign out?
Yeah, just say Tat. You know what I mean?
Just
Tat.
Yeah.
All right. It's TatWza, Hot 97, Funk Flex. If you're an unsigned artist with talent, go to m.me/funkflex.
Cool, man. Damn, nigga, cool, man. Cool as ice.
It's Queenzflip.
DJ G Money.
Hold on. You all right though, man? How do you like the show? Nice show.
He cool, man.
Episode 69. I feel good, man.
It's good to put the face to the voice. You know what I'm saying? I've never.
How many hours was this show, real quick?
Hour and a half.
Hour and what? How much minutes?
Like hour and a half.
90? Oh, okay. I like that. He's a good guy.
Yeah, it's good to put the face to the voice. I always hear Tat in the background, but I never, you know.
Yeah, I'm not a big.
You signed out. Don't talk. I heard him talk for the first time the other day on the radio.
Nah, Flex always be like, yo,
no,
Tat.
Flex was talking to him during the Rosenberg rant. And Tat was talking about the dog and shit. You corny, man. I heard you. I was like, yo, look at Tat talking in the background. You just want to say the dog name.
I always try to figure out, like, if he's a young dude, he's an old dude, like what he look like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could never put it, you know. So
Good episode. Okay, man. Sign up, man.
You know, we know what it is, man. DJ G Money, Picky Eater, season 3 coming real soon. Shout out to Space Ghost. You know what I'm saying? $2 Tuesday every Tuesday night. Every Friday we at the ER Bar and Lounge.
Picky Eater,
I'm going back over there right now to go
Eater.
finish my set. You heard?
Hold up. Let's talk about Picky Eater.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how you don't post the videos anymore.
Season 3, yeah, because y'all niggas doing your own shit, man. Y'all kicked me out. So Picky Eater was an idea that, I came up with and, I helped, well, along with G Money, but I was the
you helped push me to do the
show. Because he's a Picky Eater, but I said, yo, you should do a show. And these two weirdos sat together and tried to do it without me. And kicked me out the truck. So
you always say that, but then you don't want to do an episode with us. What's up? You be scared.
I don't want to eat.
Oh, come on, man.
I want the credit, but I don't want to taste food.
Look, you have the credit, bro. On the IG page, look, I got a producer. Hold on, look. Let me show you. Come on, man.
I want to see.
No, here we go. Look, see that. Executive produced by Space Ghost, Queenzflip.
Queenzflip and Space Ghost. Don't ever put that nigga name before mine, nigga. He had nothing to do with that shit. That bitch ass nigga, man.
He do all that.
No, fuck that nigga, man.
Space hold me down.
Only shit he do is a new call shit. He got a new calls on his channel. Fuck your
fuck.
channel too, nigga. That shit very funny. They be calling it youtube.com SPAGHOST. Shout out to him. Nah, but finish out. All right, Ian, $2 Tuesday, Ian Ball Lounge. Anything else you gotta say?
Yes.
You never bite me to that neither. Yo, this Queenzflip.
You don't want to go back right now? What's up?
I got a show.
Check us out, man. This summer too. Is this summer we in San Diego?
Yes,
Comic-Con.
yes, we are Comic-Con.
Shout
I
out to
am
them
going.
Practical Jokers, True TV. We on the set for that. Cypher Sound's actually on the bill with me also. So we're gonna be in that big stage, and I'm doing something for Dragon Ball Z out there too. So look out for that.
Oh wow, I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan.
Let's do it.
I'm out there. It's Queenzflip, URLTV.tv, man. Hot 97. Shout out to Hot 97 Summer Jam. You know, 2018, 25 years. You know, June 10th. And Sunday, June 10th, and we live, man. And definitely shout out to Tat. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Shout out to shout out to Space Ghost. You feel good. Executive producer, salute to you. And you know, we here. Remember, lock your door, close your windows, close your blinds, lock your kitchen, lock your fridge. Go to the door, and if you see a nigga like Tat on your lawn, you don't need to use firearms because he's not coming with harm. But don't be afraid to get your dog on him. I'm from Queens.
Yep.
Dama!